Alright, odd boys and odd girls, gather round because the real drama isn't just on the runway. It's happening in real life. And it's getting messy. Yep, we're talking about the latest anti-trans and anti-drag bills popping up faster than a bad wig at a season finale. So here's the tea. Drag Race queens like Sasha Colby and Symone have been actively speaking out against these ridiculous laws, trying to cancel drag shows and even block trans youth from getting medical care. For example, Sasha Colby posted a powerful message in August 2025 saying, "Our identities and our existence are not up for debate or legislation. We will not be erased."
Drew Filipski here with the Buckeye Flame, Ohio's only LGBTQ newsroom. It's not every day royalty comes to town, but in the case of Sasha Colby, Ohioans will be graced with two chances to behold this international drag icon as she gears up for her second headlining tour this fall. Yes, the GODDESS herself will be twirling through the Buckeye State on October 14th at the Southern Theater in Columbus and October 15th at the House of Blues in Cleveland as part of her 28-city Stripped 2 tour. I have the honor of speaking with former Miss Continental, winner of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 15, and your favorite drag queen's favorite drag queen, Sasha Colby. Sasha, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Thank you, Drew. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
You've had an incredible career both before and after winning Season 15 of RuPaul's Drag Race, and we know getting on the road is so much work. What inspired you to get back out there for this new tour?
I think when we finished, we did the last show for the first strip tour last year. We all knew my team, my good friends and I, my creative director and longtime friends. We knew that we wanted to keep on telling stories, and that's always like the crux of everything I do. Especially being Native Hawaiian, we're just embedded with being storytellers. So we still have a lot more stories to share and to tell, and so that's why we're back on the road.
Yeah, and you've always used your platform to uplift trans and queer stories, which is just one of the many reasons why so many people see you as the legend you are. I know you mentioned your home state of Hawaii. How mindful are you of each state you enter on this tour, and in what ways do you plan to continue sharing some of those stories?
I mean, being a working drag queen before Drag Race, I've been able to come to a lot of these cities that I'm going to, but going from, I think we did 23 cities the first time last year, and now we added on more. We're doing 30 cities, and I really wanted to visit certain, a lot of cities that I haven't been able to ever perform in. And what I feel like has an untapped queer community that maybe doesn't get to have or experience a lot of live Drag Race alumni or performers, and really wanting to share the sense of queer strength with a lot of these cities is really important to me, and that's always a message I try to spread when I'm out on the road.
Strip 2 marks your second collaboration with Live Nation, following last year's groundbreaking Stripped tour, which made history as the company's first ever headlining tour with a drag artist. Why did you want to partner with them again, and how will this version of the tour stand apart from the original?
I mean, it's such an honor to be working with Live Nation, being an adolescent and getting your first concert tickets with the Live Nation logo on it. It's pretty. It's for me. It's a great feather in my cap, and being in collaboration with them and seeing how impactful the first strip tour was, and seeing Live Nation really excited to continue this storytelling along with me makes me feel really great that my voice and queer voices are necessary and need to be heard, especially right now. But yeah, I must say it is a different show. It's definitely in the same world of Stripped, where last Stripped was more so just like an introduction into my life and how I got to Drag Race. And for people who didn't know, and now they can have a point of reference to what makes me me. And, I didn't just come out being mother. There was a lot of life experiences and a lot of ups and downs that shaped me as a person, as a woman, as a drag performer, and sharing that with the greater audience allows me to get more connection. But this iteration of Stripped, I really wanted to delve in not just on my own stories, which a lot of stories that we're telling this Strip tour is based on maybe experiences that I've had or experiences that I have experienced alongside of my queer trans community tribe. But I wanted to be more universal, and I'm just really exploring this idea of escapism, and in the times that we're living in right now, and this crazy world that we live in, it can be very scary. It can be scary for not just queer people, but for people in general. And to give the audience a bit of reprise and just a little relief for an hour and a half and forget how awful things can get, and hopefully leave the show with a little bit of hope and some excitement, and giving them a little bit of oomph to want to make this world a little better as much as they can, in the small ways that we can. And this is my way of contributing to hopefully some positivity here. And we're exploring a lot of high femme, high glam archetypes, different gods and goddesses, a lot of elemental factors, and just kind of really bringing it back to, where we are on this island planet Earth.
I love this through line of escapism, positivity, and like you kind of said, coming back to where you're from. And I watched your home stretch docuseries with Live Nation that detailed that first Strip tour, and I really admired how intentional you were about honoring where you're from. Many queer Ohioans feel that same deep connection to home, even when it feels unsafe to exist here. And right now, our state legislature has proposed and is moving forward with House Bill 249 that, if passed, is legislation that would ban public drag performances, putting drag artists, trans performers at risk. I'm wondering what words of encouragement you have for our community regarding this type of ban, and what advice can you offer to local drag artists here in Ohio?
It's really unfortunate to be hearing, all these inhumane laws being passed and kind of just sliding under the radar because we're so distracted with so many other things in the world. But really, this is how it affects on a community level, on a level that actually affects you. And this is kind of where we have to start, when we can't really dismantle the whole system, with our one little self when it's that big of a scale. But what we can do is activate on a community level, really pay attention to what we're voting for and who we're voting for to represent us on the community level in our cities and in our city councils, because those are the most immediate ways of oppression that we are literally experiencing right now. And all I can say is to queer people, to drag performers in Ohio, drag is a protest, yes, but we're always going to be rebels. Queer people are always looked at as outlaws, as rebels, as misfits, and I say we lean into that and don't ever stop expressing yourself. This is a massive violation for freedom of speech. At the end of the day, it's a wildly oppressive law, and the only thing we can do is really keep ourselves safe while not showing how much it is affecting us. Go unscathed, and go to different cities and spread your drag there, but don't ever stop doing drag, and don't ever stop creating and hiding who you are because you're afraid of what people are going to say or do. Because at the end of the day, we all have each other, and that's when we really have to bound together as a community and show community strength. That's for me is what is really guiding me, is this sense of community and creativity. If we create safe spaces, we create art that allows people to feel safe and make community, there's really nothing we can't do. And we've been seeing protests in different countries even, showing that when you really push the population, we are the ones with a voice, and we are the ones that have a lot of power if we remember it.
These queens aren't just lip syncing for their lives, honey. They're fighting for our lives. And Symone, she used her social media in September 2025 to throw major shade at lawmakers, tweeting, "You can't legislate away our truth, or our art. Keep trying though, the drag will always win. Meanwhile, politicians in states like Tennessee and Texas have been pushing bills since early 2025 to limit drag performances and restrict gender-affirming care for trans youth. But honestly, those bills look like a bad remix nobody asked for, out of touch and clueless. Listen, if you think you can stop drag, you better bring more than outdated bills and bad haircuts. Because these queens, they're serving activism, charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. And honey, that combo is unstoppable. So odd boys, next time you're sipping tea about who got eliminated or what shade was thrown, remember, these queens are on the front lines in real life. It's a battle for visibility, acceptance, and basic human rights. Support your queens and keep spilling that tea. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay weird with Little Odd Boy Zeb, because drag ain't just a show, it's a revolution.